Chapter 1165 of One Piece delivers one of the most emotional and devastating moments in the entire series, the long-awaited confrontation between Gol D. Roger and Rox D. Xebec. But this wasn't the fierce battle of legends that history told us. No, this was something far more human and far more heartbreaking. When Roger finally stood before Rox, he didn't see the monster who once sought to rule the world. He saw a broken man consumed by darkness, the darkness of Domi Reversi, a sinister will born from Imu's manipulation that had twisted Rox's soul beyond recognition. Roger's voice trembled as he whispered, "Hey Rox, I don't have the right words to comfort you. I don't even understand what really happened to you, but I can feel it, your regret." Even Garp, the ever-steady marine hero, shouted out, "Don't cry, you idiot." But his own voice cracked under the weight of emotion. What unfolded next wasn't a battle between good and evil. It was a tragedy between brothers of the same era. Roger realized that the man he once admired and fought beside wasn't in control anymore. Behind the rage, the chaos, and the destruction, Rox was just a victim, begging silently for release. Roger's tears didn't fall for the pirate who tried to be king. They fell for the man who lost everything, his will, his freedom, even himself. And then Oda showed us something no one expected. Rox D. Xebec's ultimate power, a level of Conqueror's haki so advanced, so transcendent, it created a barrier around him. His haki didn't just dominate, it nullified everything that came near. Attacks couldn't touch him, blades couldn't pierce him, and even the combined might of Roger and Garp initially bounced off like nothing. Fans have seen Luffy's Gear 5 and Shanks' incredible control over haki. But what Rox used here was something beyond mastery. His haki reacted on its own, forming a living shield of willpower, an invisible armor that only gods could break. That moment confirmed something vital. Luffy still hasn't reached the peak of haki. He hasn't yet learned the ability to project shockwaves of will, the same technique that Rox, Roger, Garp, and Shanks once used. Oda has officially shown us what lies beyond Gear 5. For now, the manga continues in the Loki flashback of the Elbaf arc, but soon that will end. And when it does, everything points to the final war, Luffy versus Imu and the Holy Knights. That's where Luffy will learn to wield this divine-level haki, to finally stand shoulder to shoulder with the legends who came before him. Because right now, what Roger and Garp achieved against Rox wasn't just a victory, it was the birth of a legacy. As Rox's haki grew out of control, the two legends combined their might for one final strike. A move that Oda described as the strongest attack in One Piece history. Roger unleashed a never-before-seen technique, Hinokagutsuchi no Ace, channeling every ounce of his will into one flaming burst of divine fury. Garp matched him with infinitum explosion, his fist blazing with armament and Conqueror's haki combined. When their attacks collided, the world trembled. Together, they pierced Rox's haki barrier, something thought to be impenetrable, and brought an end to the most dangerous man who ever lived. But even in death, Rox didn't scream. He smiled, because deep down, a small part of him, the man who once dreamed of freedom, had finally been released from Imu's curse. Even now, that combined strike of Roger and Garp stands as the strongest in One Piece, but it won't be forever. Luffy's journey isn't over. His control over Gear 5, his awakening, and his mastery of haki are still evolving. And just as Roger and Garp transcended their limits against Rox, Luffy will soon do the same against Imu and the celestial gods. Because this has always been the pattern of the will of Dida to rise when the world needs a new dawn. Rox D. Xebec may have fallen, but his existence has changed the very laws of the One Piece world. From Joy Boy to Roger, from Roger to Luffy, every era has carried his echo. And now the age of Rox is repeating, not through destruction but through rebirth. So the question is, when Luffy finally faces Imu and the Holy Knights, will he surpass the gods of the past? Or will he too lose himself to the same darkness that consumed Rox D. Xebec? Only Oda knows that answer. But one thing's for sure, the final war is coming and Luffy is about to shake the heavens themselves.